Welcome back, my mimics, to episode 11 of the Mimic Commentary. We are starting the Weeping Peninsula saga. The sun is setting, the stars are coming out, the Erd Tree is glowing, and it's time for us to journey south towards the Weeping Peninsula. If you've watched my teaser video for the final season of Jack as a Mimic, and depending on when this video comes out, if you've watched my other videos, you will know that the place that we're going to is very kind of, it's not meta, but it's the story of Elden Ring writ small. So we're going to be a little prophetic here, since we're a prophet class, and we have our prophet's blindfold hidden in our pocket. We are going to kind of talk about things that have yet to come, but we're going to, we're not going to delve deep into what those things are, but we're just going to mention what the connection is supposed to be. Before we go here, we can tell that these are Godric soldiers. They got the beast and tree surcoat. Godric is more beast than tree, it seems, based on the, I think, it is yada yada. Oh, I'm on my telescope, so I can't show you. From the Golden Beast Crest Shield. The beast depicted as Siraj, age counter guides the Golden Lineage. So it looks like the Golden Lineage is the beast side. The Erd Tree is the other side. The beast and the tree have come together to run the Erd Tree for a time when Godric, the Golden Lineage, is, you know what I'm trying to say, right? But the banners are facing outward towards us, so we're going into a region that is currently controlled by the Golden Lineage. And it's the Bridge of Sacrifice. So we have to think about sacrifice within our story. What type of sacrifices are people making? Oh goodness, I'm getting sacrificed to this cannon. What type of sacrifices are people making within Elden Ring? Who makes the biggest sacrifice? Who's making the most ultimate sacrifices? Ultimate sacrifice is dying for someone. These guys are pretty stupid. We just ran right into the camp and they're not all fighting. So we should be thinking about sacrifice when we think about Elden Ring. What's the type of sacrifices that are being made? You have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice something that comes to the Weeping Peninsula. We also talked about, or we were talking about, the beast in the tree. The Golden Lineage is represented by the beast Siraj, the aged counselor, and then they marry into the tree. That's what that type of tapestry is supposed to mean. So Golden Lineage is this beast, this aged beast, Siraj, and it marries into the tree. So that's what we should think when we think Golden Lineage. We should be thinking about that beast because of the tapestry. You might be able to predict where I'm going with this if you see my other videos, and what I think about the lineage of people of the Golden Lineage. But that's some of the storytelling we're getting right here just from the tapestries. We also picked up another stone sword key. Think well before using one. Now we have 3, and we can use 2 within the Stranded Graveyard. Our first dimension of the Weeping Peninsula. And when I see tears, I just have to ask, who is crying? We found our first set of sacred tears. We don't have any on us right now. Next time I pick one up, I'm just going to hold on to it so we can keep referring back to it. But we found our first set of sacred tears at the Third Church of Marika underneath a statue of Marika in a crucified position. So Marika, it's most likely saying Marika is the one who is crying. We also have the flask of crimson and cerulean tears. These were given to us by Melina after we washed up. The one washed up on a gravesite was sure to die until this flask offered its gift of rejuvenation to seek the Elden Ring, filled with crimson and cerulean tears. And we can see that there's a little tree in there. The crimson tears, the left side, the red one that restores health, we can see this tree has leaves, and this one kind of has like a berry. It kind of looks like there's berries or something. The blue one, right? Kind of looks like fruit. Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards that's fruit. But those are the tears, and we're gonna say who's crying. Marika's probably crying. The missing god queen, Marika, is most likely the one who's crying. We have a bunch of dead Godric soldiers and this little woman. I'm just going to assume that she did not kill these men. Before we talk to her, let's take a look at her. She has plain, rough-spun traveling clothes. She doesn't look like anyone special in particular. Leather boots, leather gloves, and a blindfold. It looks like it's the same as our... Yeah, it looks like she's just wearing the prophet blindfold. Blindfold of exiled prophets who foretold misfortune and were persecuted and driven from their homes as a result. She does not look like a exile prophet. Why hesitate? If the path leading to the future is clear, just close your eyes and walk. So that's why prophets wear blindfolds, because they're like, I can see the future. I don't need to look where I'm going. But let's see if she is a prophet.
Hello? Is somebody there?
A prophet would know if someone was there.
For a moment, please.
A prophet would
My name is
know.
Irina. I've escaped from
Castle Morne
to the south.
in the Weeping
The
Peninsula.
servants there have rebelled. I can't be sure what it is. My eyesight's been weak since birth, you see. But I swear I heard frightful howling from all over. My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay. He says it's his duty. As commander.
Okay. She gave us a lot. Let's break down what she told us. So in Dark Souls 3, there is a character named Irina of Karim. I believe she is blind. She is defended by Egon of Karim, and he is trying to turn her into a firekeeper. And Egon of Karim has I think it's the Morne Great Hammer. So this is Irina. She escaped from Castle Morne to the south. So the Weeping Peninsula has Castle Morne. So why is someone weeping? They're mourning for someone. So Marika, and we're thinking, who's crying? Right now we're saying Marika. The sacrifice. So Marika had to sacrifice something. And now she's weeping because she's mourning someone. Mourning is loss. Someone died. So Marika is mourning a loss. That's what's making her cry. And this is the bridge of sacrifice. So did Marika sacrifice someone or something that she's mourning for? This is why the Weeping Peninsula episode is really special. She says the servants there rebelled. She can't be sure what it is. Her eyesight's been weak since birth, so she isn't a prophet. She just weak eyesight. She also has blonde hair, and her tree's blonde, and our images of Marika in the beginning of the game, she has blonde hair. So perhaps this blind maiden is supposed to be representing Marika. Maybe. She heard frightful howling. Her good father secreted her out of the castle, but he decided to stay himself. Says it's his duty as a commander. So her father is a commander of Castle Morne, who got her out of the castle with this guards, but they look like they all died. They died right before they got to the bridge. How sad.
I fear for father's life.
That makes sense.
The servants are full of wrath.
The servants are angry. That's why they have hatred, and that's why they're rebelling.
They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped with.
Okay, they're all
They
dead.
haven't spared a soul.
They spared a soul except for
I
you.
fear it's no different at Castle Morne.
Okay.
Please, I implore you. Would you mind taking a letter to my father?
Sure thing.
At the castle. My soul wishes that he escape, even if his honor should be the price. Please. I just want him to...
I think this is the first mention of honor within Elden Ring. Honor is very important for A Song of Ice and Fire. You could think of Ned Stark, who is one of the most honorable men around, and he won't jeopardize. He only jeopardizes his honor, I think, really once. And no spoilers, I won't say what it is, but he only jeopardizes his honor once as a young man, and never again would he do that. So it's interesting. Maybe is this supposed to be a Ned Stark comparison, the guy at this castle? But her father. So maybe Marika's talking about Marika's father? My prophet powers, I'm saying most likely not. But maybe a man Maybe a man in her life was trying to protect her. Maybe. We'll see if that pops up. We'll have to take a look at this guy, her father, the commander, see what it looks like. But she wants to take a letter, so we will.
Thank you, dearly. Then please, take this.
There's her letter.
Deliver it to my father, who remains in the castle, if you please. Please, if you wouldn't mind, deliver the letter to my father at the castle. He can be stubborn, but I'm sure he'll come around.
Okay, so her father's stubborn, and she wants us to give him the letter. Letter given by Irina, addressed to her father, the commander of Castle Morne. Gorgeous silken handkerchief, lightly stained with blood. Words can be made out within. I wonder, did she try to write this with her blood? Is that why, or write this with somebody's blood, and that's why it's lightly stained with blood? But let's go towards south, towards Castle Morne, on the Weeping Peninsula that we crossed over from the Bridge of Sacrifice. All right. There was a battle here. A lot of people died. And here are the leftovers. Dogs are eating the dead. It's a feast for crows out here. And we will summon our own wolves. And even though these guys are mourning, we gotta kill them because they might drop some loot. You'll run past them, they won't attack. The dogs will, but the troll won't. This guy hanging out in mourning is dead. Doesn't matter, he's dead. Here's some of these portable coffin type things. And does it have any treasure? It does, ready for us to plunder. They were trying to bring a morning star. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Good golly gee. A morning star. We have castle. Now this is morning, like, you know, the sun's coming up. But, I mean, it's just so on the nose here. It's a morning star. It's a star in a morning. Battle hammer comprised of a globe attached to a handle, though a bludgeoning dealing strike damage. The appellative stars covered spikes, which cause blood loss. Ironic, given its graceful name, this weapon often reeks of blood. Oh my god, the morning star reeks of blood. This star in morning reeks of blood. That is just crazy. Just all of this information that they're giving us at once. I'm just gonna keep pointing out this star of morning that reeks with blood, and all my stuff is too heavy now my armor is too heavy, and I want to use the morning star. So let's go with our what move does it have? Oh, just kick. What is blood damage? So these guys are chopping up the dead. These must be the servants. Let's take a look at them. We don't have a name for these guys yet. But our prophetic powers tell us these are the misbegotten. These are the servants. So they look like they have, you know, limbs like regular people, but they have, oh my goodness. Lots of teeth. They're just hacking these people up. They're not eating. They are angry. They are just hacking them up. Let's see what we can see on them. Almost 4 sets of wings growing on their back. Some already are. Red fur on the thighs with some kind of scales, kind of bones, and then a tail. So I'm seeing possibly 4 wings. 4 wings in total. A tail. They got kind of chicken feet. They kind of remind me of a dragon. If you were to put this person on all 4s, the tail is kind of scaly with the wings. You know, I think you wouldn't be too hard pressed to say, yeah, this looks like a dragon kind of man. Oh, this is an upgrade. It's pretty good though. And they're coming for us. Oh, jeez. It's my wolves take care of it. So the servants, these are the servants of Castle Morne. Oh wait, he does actually have, it looks like it's trying to come a wing, but not quite really. These are the servants of Castle Morne. They are angry at these Godric's, the golden lineage guys, knights. Let's see. Represented by the Beast, the Weeping Peninsula, Castle Morne. Who's crying? Merrick's crying. More Arteria leaves. We found the first one by Bach. Dark red leaves thick with swollen veins. Faint pulse can be felt in the veins. Stirs with blood, providing an enlivening effect. Scarab. Let's see if it's an Ash of War. Mighty shot. So someone here died with arrows. I don't know if we can get anything from that. Oh, we have another Knight's Cavalry. We're not going to fight him yet. Hopefully he doesn't see me, because I want to touch this first. Okay. Since it's nighttime, he's roaming the streets. There's also a Knight's Cavalry here. That's interesting. Weeping Peninsula has a Knight's Cavalry. Oh, he's pretty tough compared to the last one. Or I'm also using an unupgraded weapon, so that probably has to do with it too. Oh, if I hit him, it's doing enough damage. I died on purpose, I promise. Alright, I decided to change up the build, going with a tower shield, and I got the Morning Star +3. Not really, I don't think I'm going to put anything on the weapon right now. Not really going to, I'm going to be using the Ash of War that's on the shield. If we remember that we died during nighttime, and it always goes to day after dying at night. So we're going to kill this, we're going to try again to kill the Knight's Cavalry. See what we can learn from his defeat. I don't really have anything interesting to say just about this Knight's Cavalry in general until we beat him. He has a flail. He's covered, his horse got a drape over it. He only appears at night. What is he doing in the Weeping Peninsula? You can actually kind of really tell how big that flail is when he's using it with 2 hands. We also saw him summon the funeral, or we shouldn't say what it is, summon his horse back from the dead. Very interesting magic he has. And we killed him in 1 hit. And his horse gets to live. Ash of War, Barricade Shield, and Knight Rider Flail. So in this soldier's memory, he had the Barricade Shield, skill made famous by Sir Nidhart. Focus your energy into the shield, temporary hardening it to deflect greater blows. So I think you would use that on not a great shield like we have right now, a great tower shield, but a smaller shield. And the Knight Rider Flail. Let's equip it so we can look at it. A flail with 2 additional bludgeoning heads. Weapon of the Knight's Cavalry who ride funeral steeds. All right, so now we know. I don't know if we already knew this. Yeah, we knew it from the name. That's a Knight's Cavalry. And they ride funeral steeds, so horses for a funeral procession. But I guess maybe, back when people were getting those Erdtree burials, back when people were dying a lot, they were in a procession of funerals like this. In these, it's very interesting. I guess it's interesting that I think this is our first mention that they're funeral steeds. So maybe that is the Weeping Peninsula connection, the funeral steed. Large spikes make effective and inducing blood loss, but also demand higher dexterity to wield. And what do they look like? Yeah, nothing really special here. They just have the black fur, black fur, maybe a horse fur. And we're going to use our Morning Star, and we have another merchant here. How is he going to treat us? All right. He's not afraid of us. He just wants us to buy or sell. So let's see. Ooh, we got a lot of good stuff here. Oh, goodness. All right, we have to buy a cracked pot. Do we need a stone sword key? Always need stone sword keys. Bastard sword. Oh, we like the bastard sword. But we got to think. He's selling a bastard sword. The Weeping Peninsula, Bridge of Sacrifice, Castle Morne, Bastard. The Bastard Sword. So something about the Weeping Peninsula has to do with bastards. Someone born out of wedlock. Either out of wedlock or it could be, maybe there's some cuckoldry going on, cheating. A large sword with a straight blade. This heavy sword is usually wielded with 2 hands, but for those with enough strength, 1 is sufficient. Hefty blade can be swung at multiple foes. Okay. So we should be thinking Weeping Peninsula, bastards. We're thinking Elden Ring writ small is the Weeping Peninsula. Bastards are important. Light crossbow. Nah, I don't think we're getting anything out of the light crossbow. Arrows, great arrows. I don't think we have anything that could shoot great arrows yet. Great arrow, as large as a spear, used for great bow. Used by archers of monstrous strength, employed by a lord's army. And then also the ballista bolt. Great bolt as large as a spear for the hand ballista. Here's an interesting one. The red thorn round shield. A small wooden round shield. It is light and easy to handle, but cannot offer the damage negation of a metal shield. Its emblem is an ancient thorn design. Though it isn't much, it boosts fire damage negation. So, red thorns, ancient design, boost fire damage negation. So, since ancient times, the thorns have a anti-fire a connection. And we're going to buy that because we're going to want to look at that in the future. Just a round shield. Anything on here? Nothing interesting on a round shield. Oh, we got a cool set of armor. We're going to try and purchase all this stuff. Iron helmet shown, rust on its edge. Cloth covering the mouth and neck provide resistance to poison. Okay. Covering poison resistance. I don't know if that's anything interesting there. The armor reinforced with small metal scales. The cape covering the shoulders is made with treated rock lizard skin and provides ample protection against fire. Okay, rock lizards are against fire. Thorn are against fire. Ordinary iron gauntlets. Walnut leather trousers. The Crimson Amber Medallion. This is one of the starting gifts that we could have chosen, but we get more lore here. A medallion with crimson amber inlaid. Boost maximum HP. That makes sense. Our red flask boosts our HP. You can kind of see there's a flower in the middle. We think about the Miranda flowers and the Erd leaves. So, and it's the man-eating Miranda flowers. And when we go to the great tree roots, we see people put into the great tree roots for Erd tree burial. So, and the Miranda flowers, most likely are like the the mini Miranda flowers. They drop Erd leaves. So the Erd leaf most likely became a Miranda flower, and they're man-eating. So there's something about man-eating and the Erd tree. And we see the great tree roots has dead bodies in there, so there's your man-eating. The Erd tree's old sap became amber. So the Erd tree sap became amber. We need to pick up our other items to be able to talk more about. I need to pick up a Sacred Tear Flask so we can combine these. The Erd tree's old sap became amber, treasured as the most precious of jewels in the Age of Godfrey. So sap from the Erd tree is more precious than anything. Gold, diamonds, who gives a shit? It's Erd tree sap. Because it has a primordial life energy residing inside. Also, this is in the Age of Godfrey. So when Godfrey was the Elden Lord, he's the first Elden Lord, so there's got to be a second Elden Lord, and he's not the Elden Lord anymore. But when he was the Elden Lord, when Godfrey, first of the Golden Lineage, Godric is the last of the Golden Lineage, and the Golden Lineage is not doing too hot anymore because Godfrey's not in power. The Erd tree sap was the most precious thing because a primordial life energy resides inside. And when it comes to primordial, we have the Gilded Great Shield. The red tinge in the gold coat mirrors the primordial matter that became the Erd tree. So the gold mirrors the primordial matter that became the Erd tree. And that primordial matter is a primordial life energy. That primordial matter has a primordial life energy that resides inside. There is another thing I think about. What was something else about life? Life. This is a luscious fruit of life. Oh, I know what I'm remembering. It is... Ba-na-na. Oh, maybe it's not any of these. Never mind. No, here it is. Even now, runes are still imbued with the power of life itself. Power of life itself are in the runes. This has a primordial life energy, and the gold coat mirrors the primordial matter became the Erd Tree. So, the runes have the power... Wait, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure this sounds right when I say it all together. The runes have the primordial... Or the runes have the... Oh, goodness gracious. This probably sounds wacky. The runes have the power of life itself. The runes have the power of life itself. So that's the first one. And a primordial life energy resides in the Crimson Amber Medallion. Okay. And the Gilded Great Shield says that the gold coat mirrors the primordial matter that became the Erd Tree. So from these three, we can see that the runes, which is the grace of the lingering trace of gold, that is what became the Erd Tree. So the runes came before the Erd Tree. Okay, does that make sense? All right, cool. And they are most likely part of that primordial life energy. So what do we have to buy? I want to buy all this armor. Can I... Oh, no, I have to buy that note first. Can I sell those? And let's buy this note about demi-human mobs. We'll have to come back to buy all this armor. So our note about demi-human mobs. Slay the demi-human mobs leader first, and the rest will lose hope and panic. How sad. So our guidance of grace is telling us to go this way, towards the south. Grace is guiding us towards the south. But before we do that, we only want to pick up the map fragment here, but we're not going to explore down there yet. Can we see much? We can see Castle Morne in the distance. When we get closer, we'll inspect it, but massive castle. Who the hell could have built that thing? And what the hell is that? That looks like... He looks so tiny and small and unthreatening. But... Whoa. He's not. Ugh. They're kind of baiting us. They're saying pick up the map fragment and then go to the little golden tree. Okay, we're gonna do that, but we're not gonna do the castle yet. We're just gonna... The castle is what we're gonna do last in our Weeping Peninsula saga. There's bats over here. Goodness gracious. They're just giving us gameplay. This is called gameplay, everybody. Oh, I forgot to rest. Oh, geez. Uh-oh. I might actually die. I forgot to re-up my flask. Of course we can't do the... Of course we can't do the castle. I don't have any resources. Okay. We're picking this up. Picking up the golden seed, and then we're getting out of here. And then we'll look at our items. We will explore this area later. After we kill that golem. We don't know he's a golem, but, you know, we know he's a golem. After we kill that giant over there shooting arrows, that'll be the last thing we do, and then we'll explore this downtown area. But let's get safe. Let's drink our juice, and we will explore this area. We're not going to take the Spirit Spring down. We're not going to take the Spirit Spring up. We're going to take it down. So we can upgrade our flask, add a charge to it because I picked up a golden seed, but I don't want to lose the golden seed because we have to keep referring to it. So I'll upgrade golden seeds and sacred tears on every other one from now on, so we can look at these again. When the Elden Ring was shattered, these seeds flew from the Erd Tree, scattering across the various lands, as if life itself knew that it had come from the end. And it's gold, and the Elden Ring is gold because we can look at the front of the box. The Elden Ring's gold. And do we know that the runes come from... Do we know that the runes come from the Elden Ring? We don't know that, so I won't talk about it. Pretend I said anything. I didn't say a thing. But we're gonna follow this gameplay. Oh goodness, look at that. Up ahead, a Rose's statue. There is a Catacombs here. A bunch of interesting fellows, but before we go fight them, we gotta touch that statue. This is actually the overhang. The path is down here. And this brings us towards gameplay. Look at that, all this exploring we can do. So very cool. All right, here's our tree guy. We light his candle, guide and gatekeeper for those returning to the roots. So he is pointing towards a catacomb. Little white wisp of light, point towards catacomb. Oh, if we follow where that light was going, pick up some of our faintly glowing herba, and we find this guy. He's sitting in a tree, or sitting in a chair, facing directly towards the Erd tree. And what does he have? Stone sword key. Wow, we're getting a lot of stone sword keys, so we shouldn't be afraid to use them. It looks like he's offering the key towards the, I guess maybe the minor Erd tree. We see Castle Height. It said east. Maybe that's the church of, or the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. Look down there. Oh boy, here is where our catacombs are, and we could see the jellyfish that come out at night guiding us towards the graveyard, the spirits guiding us towards the graveyard. We also have that tower up ahead. We will do that. We'll do that after we do the catacombs. Oh, we have more grace up ahead. And let's look at these guys. So these guys are T-posing. This is a very interesting position these guys are in. They have rocks on their back and sacks. They must be collecting the rocks. There's this portal, purple portal. Impacts into the ground, glowing with light. Yeah, and they're collecting rocks. And they also have this, they actually have I never noticed. They have the theta around their neck. So the theta is a very interesting symbol when it comes to George R. R. Martin. The theta is the symbol of Earth's ecological engineering core from George R. R. Martin's 1,000 Worlds universe, which is a series of short stories that takes place in the far, far future, where Earth and humanity, the Earth Federal Empire, I think it is, they go into what is a double war between two hive mind species. And the result of that double war is called something the interregnum, where most of the planets that Earth has settled and that these aliens had settled lost space travel. Now, the way that Earth fought against these hive mind aliens who use slave species with their hive mind was through their ecological engineering. They could change essentially the rules of nature on a planet. By adding in, let's say, the Haviland Tough, the Tough Voyaging series, which is one of Miyazaki's favorite book series. It's in an interview. It's found on his shelf next to like Berserk and stuff. That takes place in the 1,000 Worlds universe. Haviland Tough from Tough Voyaging, he gets a seed ship, which is the last of the Earth's ecological engineering core. And he essentially makes causal effect chains happen on a planet to do his ecological engineering, such as, adding a type of mosquito that this one species of lizards might eat, so they can overpopulate the lizards, and then that will destabilize another type of species, and then it occurs in this chain event, and then it solves whatever problem they have. They can also do cloning. They can also turn things into animal hybrids. Like, there's a lot of bats. We fought the man-eater bats before. And there are man-eater vampire bats that just have, like, flappy skin that are really just genetically modified humans. The theta is also very important because the golden theta in... what's the name of the book? I'm blanking on it. Oh, in the House of the Worm. That takes place on a derelict siege ship that crash landed on a planet with a dying sun. The people who live up above worship a golden theta, and the people down below, the mutants, the man-made creations, they're kind of like spider people. They shun the light, and they have a silver theta. So these guys doing this pose, collecting rocks by this weird portal, having a theta as their symbol. This is a very clear George R. R. Martin homage. Very, very clear George R. R. Martin homage. If you watched Game of Thrones, the theta actually occurs a few times in Game of Thrones, but very few. The White Walkers do a theta, mostly in Season 1 and like Season 7, Season 8. The White Walkers, on Episode 1, I think they put the wildling bodies in a theta shape. Dany's pyre for Drogo is shaped as a theta, and then Sansa Stark wears a theta medallion in like Season 7 or 8. So these guys are T-posing. We don't know what this pose means, but maybe we'll learn. There's meteorites here. You know, space is these guys wearing thetas are worshiping this weird portal. What type of moves they do? They're doing gravity magic that puts giant rocks on their sights and throws it at us. This is very George R. R. Martin. And it's deep cut, too. It's not just Song of Ice and Fire. This is his sci-fi stuff. And one of our Alabaster Lords came through that portal. And remember, we're the Weeping Peninsula. You know, this is a big place. This is, you know, Elden Ring, writ small. So it's very interesting, all this stuff that's going on here. It looks like he bleeds silver. He bleeds silver. His blue-white sword. Wow. Just, wow. And yeah, that's just, I'm just blown away. I had never noticed that they have the theta symbol. That really just like, whew. And the pose that they're doing, whew, really confirms a lot. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to, Gravity Stone fan. I feel like I gotta start rewriting my script again. Oh my God. And maybe I'll save that for the second video. Yeah, we'll save that. Man, I don't know. It's so tough. There's so much I want to talk about. But we got the Gravity Stone fan. Shard of rock found in the wake of a meteoric strike. So these are meteors. They came down here. Gravity Stone fan. So gravity magic has to do with the Alabaster Lords. He does gravity magic. He's made of stone. The desperate ones who scavenge for these shards dubbed themselves Starcallers. Oh, I feel like a Starcaller. I'm totally a Starcaller. Desperate ones who scavenge for these. Let's see what they do. Let's just use it. We got the gravity symbol, and nice, very cool. That would have been a cool move to use on an enemy. Wow, I'm just beaming. I'm at that. Why can't I touch Grace? Is there an enemy here? Someone hostile? Is it you? It was. Oh, the deer was hostile, so I couldn't touch the Grace. That's crazy. That's so wild. Oh, you know, I even forgot. We never even talked about the map of the Weeping Peninsula. The map of the Weeping Peninsula to Limgrave South is named for its unceasing rainfall, redolent of lament. It's sad. It's very sad here. Very sad at the Weeping Peninsula. And if we look at our map now, you can see it. It's, you know, it's going to be a big reveal later. But my prophetic nature is telling me that this looks like the lands between, but flipped. This is the center where the Erd Tree is. Yeah, you could watch the video. You know a video is my short video. We talk about it. But it kind of, that shape, oh boy, kind of crazy. It's kind of shaped like this, and it's kind of shaped like that. Oh gosh, I'm just so excited about these Starcaller revelation. Oh, the theta just is like, oh my goodness. That video hasn't, depending on when you're watching this, that video has not come out yet because of that type of stuff. Like, I want to talk about everything, but then the video will be too long. So it was going to be one video. Oh, the sun is up now, so the jellyfish are gone. That video, gosh, it was going to be like, it's the complete story of Elden Ring, you know, but there's just so much I want to talk about, and it would be way too long. So I'm trying to break it up into parts, but they have to be relevant to the character I'm talking about. Right now, it's part 1 is Marika, part 2 is Radigan, part 3 is Mikola. And, yeah, just like, I don't know, like, if it's about Marika, like, you know, those ones, maybe I save that for the Radigan stuff. Anyway, that's a little behind the scenes, my troubles that I'm having writing my script. The issue isn't that I don't know what to write, it's that I'm writing too much and I keep reorganizing it. But anyway, we found this Catacombs. Rose's point is here. What is the name of this catacomb? The Impaler's Catacomb. And our prophetic powers tell us that Marika has a son named Mesmer the Impaler. We will talk more about Mesmer the Impaler, the Weeping Peninsula, Castle Morne, Thetas, Starcallers, and all the like in the next episode. All right, you know what to do. Let's do the thing.